So it was about a month and a half ago I came on YouTube to be talking about the New York Yankees issues over at shortstop. Now I've dropped some names like Asdrubal Cabrera, Didi Gregorius, Chris Owings, and I think there's also one more, but I just cannot get it at the top of my head. But needless to say, if you guys want to go see the proof about that video, make sure you guys go back and watch it. And today, guys, the New York Yankees have agreed to a deal, a three-way deal, including the Detroit Tigers. They have been added to a three-team trade, and Didi Gregorius, the big name in this deal, has been traded to the New York Yankees. Now, let's give a full breakdown of who's going where. According to Ken Rosenthal of Fox Sports, the Detroit Tigers will be getting Yankees pitcher Shane Green. The New York Yankees will be dealing two players, including Robbie Ray, to the Arizona Diamondbacks, and the Arizona Diamondbacks will be trading Didi Gregorius to the New York Yankees. Now, this is a deal which I honestly, I called it. I called it, and I honestly think it's going to be a good fit. But you know what? When you're in the New York Yankees, you're always looking for the best option. With the shortstop market very, very, low this year, the trade market, a lot of teams are keeping, their primary shortstops. They're not going to end up wanting to trade anything. So, the market for a legitimate shortstop is very, very small in this day and age. So the New York Yankees had to branch out and really look at teams that are willing to deal shortstops. And the Arizona Diamondbacks have been that team that has, that stacked up very, very well over at the shortstop position, second base. Their entire infield is very, very stacked up a little bit. Yes, they don't have those high quality, names, but you know what? For what they have right then and there, it's a very solid infield when you look at it. They had guys like Didi Gregorius, Cliff Pennington. You can also look at Chris Owings. And I have also, like I said, I mentioned Chris Owings in my video about a month and a half ago. And the New York Yankees would have to, if you look at each and any of those players on that list, I think the most hierarchy of that name is going to be Chris Owings. I think Chris Owings is a guy who, kind of reminds me of the next Aaron Hill. Aaron Hill kind of his, formation of Aaron Hill, yeah, they don't have that kind of, saying batting stance. A lot of people like to look at, he's going to be the next Aaron Hill, look at his batting stance. No, he plays like Aaron Hill. I'm not saying he looks like Aaron Hill, but you know what? I think Chris Owings is going to be a guy that can really follow in the footsteps of Aaron Hill. He's going to be a very solid defensive infield. Second basemen can still go out there and hit, double-digit home run years. We're waiting for Chris Owings to do that. And Chris Owings at one time tested the waters over at shortstop. The Arizona Diamondbacks got Didi Gregorius from the Cincinnati Reds in a trade, and they were looking to end up building that shortstop because they just parted ways with Steven Drew, and Didi Gregorius was that player that came over and he's going to be the next big thing. Everybody is expecting for Didi Gregorius to be the next big thing. Could he be the next big thing in Arizona? We had to really, have him see, what he can do in a full season. He has yet to play a full season. He got pretty close in 2013 in 103 games, I think it was. But that still does not, consolidate a full season. So Didi Gregorius, what he has done so far, with the Arizona Diamondbacks, it was great, but he kept on being the victim of, depth issues, and the Arizona Diamondbacks were just building up on injuries. Cliff Pennington getting a couple of starts over at shortstop, and then over at second base, Chris Owings was. But the New York Yankees had to gain someone, and gain someone very fast. They've got to get a roster going because, around this time, it's already December, and we're only about a couple of months out before, pitchers and catchers report, and so on and so forth, and the Yankees are yet to be without a shortstop. So they went out there, put it all on the line. They wanted to get another team involved, or there was in some miraculous way the Tigers got involved in this deal, and they went out there and they dropped Didi Gregorius, and they got him from the Arizona Diamondbacks to come to the New York Yankees. So that's a great addition. I think that, Didi Gregorius compared to guys like Chris Owings, compared to guys, like I said with, Cliff Pennington, I think that Didi Gregorius had one of those much smaller, I want to say, market. I think Didi Gregorius is a player that you can obviously, get him for a low-level prospect. I think that if he was a little bit much more better over the past couple of years, I think he could have ended up being, worth a mid-level prospect. I think the two players that the Arizona Diamondbacks will be getting are two low-level prospects. I would not want to drop, two middle of the order, or not middle of the order, middle-level prospects to the Arizona Diamondbacks just to get Didi Gregorius. I think that's going to be a little bit too much. I would have walked away from, the trade table, and I would just, keep my head up high, because I would not trade to, mid-level prospects for Didi Gregorius. I think the two low-level prospects will be, in consolidation for Didi Gregorius, but you will just have to wait and see. But needless to say, Didi Gregorius is going to be coming over to the New York Yankees. He's going to end up being, the next. They're going to hope and pray that he's going to end up being the next Derek Jeter, but not, no one can replace Derek Jeter. No one can take the name of Derek Jeter. But he's going to be the successor of Derek Jeter. That is Didi Gregorius. So let me hear your guys' opinion about this. Like I said, Didi Gregorius has been traded to the New York Yankees, as the Detroit Tigers will be getting Shane Green, 2 prospects, and Robbie Ray will be going to Arizona, and the New York Yankees will be getting Didi Gregorius. My name is Justin Godsey for Justin Godsey TV. I'll catch you.